welcome to my channel. Well, as you can see, kind of got carried away with the neck knives a little bit. These are just cold steel ones, but I have other ones. I think I've got like 14 or so, not counting. These are like neck knife attachments. You know, with Kydex sheath, you can take something like a Kalashnikov. Ow, that went my toe. But what I wanted to talk about was not those. I just brought those up to let you know. I've been not concentrating, I've been mostly getting the cold steel ones. It's just something like, alright, this is how it happened. I was gifted the mini leather neck, alright? And that started, I've had neck knives before, but I mean, that just all of a sudden started. If you hear that weird noise out there, we're not being attacked by a huge hornet. Somebody's got like electric bikes or something. I don't know. It's loud. It should be quiet, but they put stuff in their spokes to make it loud. But anyway, I got this, and it's pretty cool. And it got me like, oh, well, I started trying to wear neck knives again and using them. And of course, that started me getting into a bunch of different neck knives. But I also started making leather sheaths and stuff. So you know that was good on that. But one of the different ones that they've got is, this is the Mini Tac series. The Mini Tac has a flat handle. Now the difference is between these and the leather necks is it's got these little tiny screws, but I mean, you could take these handles off and put whatever you want in there. If you cut it to the same shape, just use those as your outline. You hear that? It's like an RC car with a high torque gear in it or something. I don't know. You hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Anyways, this is pretty cool. Now it's got a flatter handle than the Leatherneck series. The Leatherneck is a little bit wider. See? Quite a bit thicker. We can measure it and all, you know, but I'm just saying it's thicker. And the sheath, the way these things come in with the sheath is, where is the sheath? Your finger's covered up on this. I mean, yeah, you can do the 2-finger, you know, and position this right here and kick off with this, and when it comes out, you've got it. But it just takes some difference of getting used to. And the difference is that if you're going to do this, the sheath's going to be that much longer than it needs to be, because you're covering up the handle. Now this one, I made this sheath for this knife because the Kydex sheath in here, the Securex, it's not Kydex, the Securex sheath with the reinforced fiberglass. Yeah, it makes it tougher and everything, but it dulls the edge if it comes in contact with it. And so I got this guy super sharp, but I needed to make a sheath for it. So what number was this? This was number 2 sheath that I made, the second one. And got carried away with the holes and everything, but you can upgrade it, you know. I put these different flat brass head screws on it and everything. And this knife was designed for, this sheath was designed for this knife. See how it goes in there and fits? It's shaped kind of like that and everything. Goes in there well, holds it well. I carried that a lot. Well, I got another mini tack in. It's the Tanto mini tack. And what's different about it from the other Tantos is if you can see the same length of blade, but it's just much wider, much thicker tip. And I use these things a lot as scraping. For example, Lansky, right? You know, you've got one of these, and they're very good, but they're missing something. They're missing a strop. And a lot of people put a strop on the bottom here, but if you're using this thing, you're setting your strap right on the surface of the table, and you don't want to pick up a bunch of grit and gunk on your strop. You know, even though you're stropping, you don't want to have all that in there. So what I did was I took some leather and I glued it to each side. And one side it's got this, the skin side, and the other is the flesh side, or hair side and flesh side. And this one's got a little bit of compound on it, so that when you finish sharpening your knife, you can then, do a little stroppage. And this has got a convex edge on it now. It doesn't have the original edge on it. It's got a convex edge on it because, man, this thing is sharp. It is sharp. Let me get a piece of paper. Now, it was sharp cut out of the box and everything, just like the other one, but putting a convex edge on it and everything makes it even sharper. One of the things I like about the Tanto edge is you can do cutting with this, but then you also have this part to do cutting also. There was some I was cutting. Oh, what was it? I was cutting a chicken sandwich up today. The complex every once in a while will put out these emails and it says, "We got grab and go breakfast, come and get it." And I've always been suspicious of that, I'm like, what is it? Are you selling it or what's going on or whatever? But no, this was from Chick-fil-A, and we had breakfast, biscuits. One was chicken and the other one was sausage. And anyways, I didn't get any, and I went to the store, and when I came back, they sent out another email and said, "Last chance to get some of this grab and go, breakfast before we leave." And this was around noon. And I thought, man, I'm hungry. And this is supposedly free food. Let me go down there. So I went down there, and sure enough, man, they were getting ready to pack up. And they were ready to give me a bunch more, but I took two. I took a chicken sandwich and a sausage sandwich and then some condiments or whatever. But I used this to cut it up with. That's a long-winded story. What's chicken sandwiches got to do with that? But yeah, it's good because slicing like this, and then when you want to do some fine chopping, you just the whole thing is cutting edge basically. It's the same way with a Bowie knife and stuff, but you just have more. Like when I was doing this right here, right? I wanted to scrape off that surface. So with a Bowie knife, I would have to use, you could be done, but I would have to use like this part of the edge and try to find, it and scrape it off that way. With this guy, there's the edge right there. It was real easy. It was easy using a Tanto on that to scrape off the varnish and all that other stuff, just so the glue would adhere to it. Another mod you can do to them. See, it's got 20 degrees and 25. If you got a router, or you're very good at figuring out angles, you got a protractor or something, but you got something that'll hold the drill, you can put another one in there for like 15 degrees. Now the sweet spot, because you got these rods in here, the sweet spot to do it is right here. I would put it, you know, like this way, because I mean, there's usually you set it like this, and I'd put it that way, and you could set it for like 15 or you know whatever you want on there. That's the only other mods I can think about that. I've seen a lot of them where they put the leather down here, and yeah, I like this better because, like I said, it doesn't pick up stuff as much. And yeah, it's a smaller area, but you can also put two. You know, a lot of times they're just gonna put one on there. You get this one, you get the rough and the flat side. Now, I don't know why we're getting into that. We're supposed to be talking about this guy, but we are in a way, you know. So there's your blade length, your overall length. This one's AUS 8A. The difference also in this one, between this one and the other one, is about $10. This one's about $30. And the buoy, the one that's hiding around here somewhere. I just had it. You saw that. I just had it. This is not magic tricks. Oh, here. Ran off the camera. This guy was $20. I mean, same length of blade. Same flat handle. The difference is this steel is 8CR13 MOV. And this is AUS 8A. Which I think they're basically the same thing. One is made in, one is Japanese steel and the other one is Chinese steel. But I might be wrong. You know, you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But I think they're basically the same thing. But this one's $30. Now, the difference also is this one has a little bit of a hollow grind. It feels like it's got a hollow grind to it. And this is a flat grind. And the spike, of course, that he's like a Scandi grind. It's like, see, big zero bevel there. I haven't measured the angle, but I mean it's a Scandi type of thing. We'll leave you out here. But yeah, I like these because the handles are flat. Like I said, if you want to make them thicker, you can just slap some wooden scales on there or whatever you want to throw on. Like this is an Imperial little canoe that I put real abalone on. So I mean, that's not doing it justice right now with this light. It just looks like black and white with this. It's crazy, man, because if you see it in the light, man, it's just like bombs out colors. There's green, and especially when you get that light shine on it. Anyway, yeah, so that's the difference between that and the leathernecks. Now, the Kyoto is entirely different. Get off there, you. I've been carrying it quite a bit. And what's different is handle. It's flat but rubbery. So you're getting a little bit more thickness there. It doesn't quite have as much guard sticking out, but I mean, this one's just about right on everything on it. Now, of course, I'm messing around with this one because I just got it. It's new, you know, it's got the new knife thing. And this one fits in that sheath perfectly. I thought, oh, darn, I'm going to have to make another sheath. I'm going to have to make another sheath for this. They're both basically, I gotta pivot it this way because it does want to stick when it goes down there. But it fits in perfectly. And this is the one I'm carrying right now on my neck as my neck knife. Now, you know, leather, you're not going to be able to take a shower with it and everything. I mean, I got mink oil and all that stuff. That's your Kydex if you want to go that route. Super tactical. But yeah, there's a Kyoto with an upswept curve. I think they call it the Kyoto 2. And I think that's it. As far as like they've got different ones, Secret Agent, you know, they've got all different kinds of ones. But as far as like the leathernecks and the mini leather necks of Cold Steel. Now they've got another spike. They've got a spike that's got like a upswept point. And the thing about these spikes are they're really good. I mean, it's really good length and everything. 4 inches, and it's decent for, you know, like just jabbing everything. Now I took paracord and I just took a slip knot, you know, a loop, you know, like I just take a slip knot on one end of the rope, and I just took some paracord and I just wrapped it one way, and then I came back with the other loop back there and I just tied it off, joined the ends together, and, you know, in a knot, and tied it off. And man, that makes this thing feel so much better in the hand, because even me, I've got small hands. Here now you've got some paracord on there, and it just feels so much better. And see, I left it away from all that up here, so you can still get your finger groove and your thumb rest and all that. But I've got to find its sheath, and this is not it. Sheaths everywhere. I don't know. I just popped it off recently. Anyway, this is, yeah. So you don't want to get it too close. You don't want to wrap your cord all the way up here, because you couldn't get your thumb and finger in here, but here you can still and spike away. And like I said, this feels softer. It's paracord. It feels softer, and it feels out the hand a little bit better. So yeah, that's one thing I would recommend if you don't like the thin grip there. It's a pretty easy fix. And as far as the edges and everything, I've got that Work Sharp belt sander, and as long as you get it right, it's kind of tricky getting this one in this angle here, because you've got to go up like this at it, and but that's why I practiced on this guy first, because I like the feel of this handle, and I just want to mess up this edge and everything. They're a little bit different. See, this guy's kind of more of a straight. This guy's got kind of an upswept curve to him. They're slightly different. I mean, and not by much. Like I said, it's just mostly the handle, the way the handle feels. But yeah. So there you go. How long have I rambled? Almost 20 minutes. But yeah, that's my experiment in that. Oh, and one other thing. I had an issue. I still do. I had an issue with this Joker, but I got these little stud things. And the way they work is like this. See? What gave me that idea was I had a BPS Savage, not a BPS Savage, a BPS peasant knife, and it came in a little sheath, and it had one of those little posts. And so I ordered these posts, because the problem with this came, the Koboon. This comes in a little, a long sheath, and the way you get it out, you know, is you pop it out like this. See, it comes in this sheath. Well, the problem is, if you're getting used to that, I had it in a cross draw carry, and I had it in this sheath. I had drilled some holes and cross draw carry and everything, and I went to pop it out, and it wouldn't pop, and I pulled pretty hard, and I busted the snap. But I didn't bust the strap or anything, but I busted the snap, you know, retaining in there. And this was pretty easy to do. It just comes with see, it's just a screw on head. Uh-oh, now you've done it. I don't want to screw it all the way off. But yeah, even though it has a small screw head on it and everything, the Victorinox Explorer Phillips head fit it. It doesn't look like it would, you know, it's so small and tiny. You say, man, that is never going to go on there. But this is what I got it on. I didn't even have to use a screwdriver or anything. Boom, it's on there. So that fixed that. And then I got these other Chicago screws, you know, that go through here and keep this from glaring too much and filling up some of them holes. So yeah, a lot of these things are a work in progress. And this on the side, oh, I'm trying to put that on there. Duh. This is a regular C kind of clip, but this guy is one of those Ulti clips. And the way these guys work is they fit in there. My thought was this is going to fit inside the pocket or cargo pocket, and you can clip it on, and it clamps down. See, when you go like this, it clamps down, and it ain't going anywhere. I mean, it's secure. But the way I carry this guy, if I'm going, I carried it in the store today when I went to the store to get His Majesty some more food. He's got plenty of food, but he gets picky every once in a while. He wants this and that, so I tried something different for him. But what am I looking for? I was looking for this, the knife. I just carry it like this in the pocket. I just stick it in my front pants pocket. I don't have anything else in the pocket, because if I clip this to the outer pocket, this sticks up pretty high. Now this is also good if you wear it cross draw, which this is also set up for the hip. But I could just take this off and slap on a cross draw thing on it. And for right hip, if you have it just like facing forward a little bit, you can just have your hand back here and just chink. Of course, you got to have it, you know, the other blade facing out, but you just, when you pull, there you go, it's ready. Or on this side, on your right side, as cross draw, you can come out. That's usually the way I carry one, but it's just different carry options. Like the spike, I carry the spike quite often in the front pocket because it's also 4 inches, and you can just eject that, and when you come out, you got your thing ready to spike away. And yeah, missing limb. We got a clean cut with the Koboon on that one. I couldn't find him today. I couldn't find him for a while, and I was like, he's hiding somewhere. All I could find was his leg. His leg's around here somewhere. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I'm bored. Here's his appendage. Poor Mr. Anderson. He's getting withered down. He's had some close calls, but I mean that one got him pretty good. So there you go. Yeah, I'm having fun with making sheaths and doing stuff like that and getting carried away with neck knives, but I've kind of narrowed it down. You know, I like carrying this one a lot, and this one here is one of my current carry. You know, the handle, like I said, is a little bit flat, but it doesn't. There's this kind of a sweet spot in neck knives, weight and size and thickness and everything. It's thickness of the handle, weight of the knife overall. If it starts getting to be too thick, length, you know, it just depends on how you orient them. I'm doing them mostly upside down carry. If you do them up, right side up like this, you can carry huge knife, you know. I mean, you can carry a Recon Tanto 7-inch blade or something up there because it's being held up like this, and all you gotta do is just have the handle up by your chest. So yeah, you can carry them a lot of different ways. I just like having, when I don't have a neck knife on me, I'm like, I'll usually have something else, you know, like down here at my waist, a cross draw right now. I've got the SE4. The SE4. And I made while we're at it, I I just copied one of those, the one off the SC3. I just took a piece of leather, dyed it, drilled, you know, made the holes. The only problem that I messed up with, I didn't, you know, dye this before up here on the snaps, and I was off center a little bit. It doesn't matter, it works. But I mean, and if you'll notice, I don't know if you noticed, these are not exactly aligned with each other. They're aligned this way. I mean, they'll snap. The main thing is it works, and I didn't pay 20 bucks for it. The other one, it's a little bit stiffer leather. This is still pretty good leather, you know, but I like this a little bit better because it costs a lot less, and I made it. And it works. It works well. So there you go. That's my update on, I started off on the, it started off with neck knives, and then it branched off into tantos. And I'm not completely finished with the tantos, you know, on that venture, because, you know, I got the Elementum. Tanto Elementum. This sucker is factory edge on it still too. All I've done is stropped it once or twice, and it's sharp AF, as they say here in the hood. In the hood. This doctor right here will attest to how sharp it is. Yes, I'd say it's. Oh my god! Oh my god! Kids, don't do this to your doctors. Don't do this. Orthodontics. He's going to need some facial macular surgery. Alright, stop that. You're condoning bad habits. Alright, I'm not condoning any bad habits. I'm just being me. Alright, there you go. Sorry. Violated some kind of rule somewhere, I'm sure. Rule violator. Send him to his room without his breakfast or his supper. Alright, there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Go out? Yeah? Is that where the doorknob is? It is. Okay.